Greetings YouTube, and welcome to another weapons build. Today I'm going to try to make a simple mace. I have this piece of conduit which was salvaged, so it didn't cost me anything. And I have this which is actually the top of a classic like backyard chain link fence post. And I got this in a lot, so I probably paid less than $1 for that. In fact, I probably paid more for these fastener and nut than I paid for that right there. So my goal is to deburr the inside of this and maybe enlarge it slightly because it's just a little bit too snug to get onto that pipe. But I want to have it as snug as I possibly can, so I'm just going to take a little bit off, give it a try, a little bit off, give it a try, until I can tap it home and hopefully bury it all the way up to the top so that it's sitting like that. And then drill a hole in the pipe and then go through the other side so I can put a fastener through it and then bolt the whole thing together. And then probably wrap the handle. Because this would make it definitely top heavy and a solid impact weapon without being incredibly heavy. This is a piece of 1-inch diameter electrical conduit. I love this stuff. It is so nice to use. It's strong, it's not too heavy, it's readily available. In a post-apocalyptic setting, it's going to be all over the place because there will be no electricity really, so electrical conduit should be put to some use. And of course these would be ubiquitous as well as would fasteners if you're willing to take things apart. So this is definitely something that could be achieved with what is available. Now I think the only thing I'm going to have to use at the moment is a stone. I don't think I have a bit that is steel that I could use to get inside this thing. I don't know. We're gonna see. I don't know if I can use my power file on this or not. I may try my power file and see how that goes, because the power file has the big advantage of being powered. That could make my life a lot easier. So we may give that a try. We'll find out. Alrighty. So first thing I need to do is open that up as much as possible. Not as much as possible, as little as possible technically, so I can just barely squeeze it onto this. So that's what we're going to work on first, and I'm going to try a couple of different things and see what seems to work the best. And when I figure that out, I'll get back to you. So I deburred the inside of this with that stone right there, and then I decided to try polishing the outside of this because it's a heck of a lot easier to access this surface than that surface. So I set up my angle grinder here with the flap wheel, and it spins this way, and I actually just kind of like put the bar here and just started spinning it, first in the tube, and so now it actually fits in pretty decently. And what I think I'm going to do is slip it on and then hammer it home. And I think I'm going to actually go with a different kind of a fastener, because I think what I could probably get away with once I get this hammered in place is just a pop rivet, because the pop rivet will keep it from moving that way. But I think once I get this on there and I hammer it home, or mallet it home I should say, I don't think it's going anywhere. I really don't. So that's the next step. Put this in place and then smack the crap out of it here with wood so I don't harm the ball at all, or as little as possible, and then drive this onto here as all the way down. Hopefully to the point where you won't see the shiny silver. I like to hide that if I can. And then we'll look at our next option once I get it in place. And once I achieve that, again, I think I may just drill, mark center of this, of the material here, and then just go straight in with a pop rivet. I think I can pull that off. We're gonna find out. I do loves me a mallet. So I was able to use this mallet, which I think I paid $1 for at a yard sale, to really hammer this in, and this is now bottomed out. So the tubing is now all the way in here. It is not coming out. I have now made a mark here with my nail set, and then my spring nail set, and now I'm going to drill a 1/4-inch hole right there with a drill bit. Let's see how that goes. And then we're at the riveting stage, and a 1/4-inch rivet just fits, just covers that. So that will give it a nice clean look when I'm done, which I like. I like that idea. That will be nice. Alrighty, so turn this so I can access it, and then drill a hole all the way in there with a 1/4 inch drill bit. So that worked beautifully. Drilled the hole out. I actually had to kind of finagle a little bit with the drill bit to open it up so I could get that in there, and I just had to tap it in slightly because I wanted the pop rivet to be as snug as I could get it, and it was, and then just pull it, and the shaft comes out, mushrooms on the inside, and that is not going anywhere. This is nice and solid. Alrighty, so now I am going to take some of this cord, and I'm going to wrap section of this handle. I actually don't need it. It's a pretty good size for me. It's a 1 inch diameter, and I don't have particularly large hands, but I'd like to give it a finished look. So even though it's going to be a little bit on the thick side for me, for people who have larger hands, it will be a preferable diameter and be more comfortable, particularly in cold. This is just raw steel. I had actually kept this outside because again, it was salvage, and I brought it home and I threw it on the outside my door to the basement. And today I brought it in. I'm like, oh, that's cold. So yeah, you're going to want to have something on there so it's not quite so frigid when you're holding it. Alrighty, so now I'm going to use probably use a clamp to hold my line in place while I go about the business of wrapping this. And then will be the wrap up, literally, for the video, and then we're done. So there we go. Completed. All wrapped up. One very simple, straightforward mace. This actually isn't too bad. I mean, it's a little chunky for me, but not too bad. This is not paracord. This is like a little bit thicker. So if I had been using paracord, it would be better off. But paracord's not cheap. And this is. It's like per 75 feet, I get like, I don't know, $7 or $6, something like that. So yeah, it's not expensive. So I used a lot of this for my wrapping. But I like it. Straightforward, simple. So now it's going to be take it outside, get some photos for my Instagram and for my DeviantArt page, and then this build is finished, and I can go upstairs and relax because this is my long day. I got out of work this morning at 7 a.m. and what the heck time is it anyway? It is 3:15. So yeah, I've been awake since 9:40 last night. So I'm tired. Alrighty. So wrap this up, and this build is done. Thank you for being here, and I hope that you'll be here for the next one.